Hello, my spooky people, and welcome to the Spooky Lounge. As always, I'm your host, Lucky, and today we have the review for the one, the only Good Boy. Now, before we get into this film, Good Boy, if you guys enjoy horror content or spooky content just like this, it's the month of October, so feel free to like, share, and subscribe for more horror content just like this, and join the Spooky Lounge today. Let's get into it. Good Boy, directed by Ben Leonberg. Man, oh man, am I ecstatic to talk about this film. This has been one that I've always been super curious about. Ever since I saw In a Violent Nature from the killer's POV, I've been interested in looking into horror movies or series that take different approaches. And in this movie, it is the point of view from the dog himself, Indy. He's the star of the film. He absolutely steals every scene he's in. Give that dog an Oscar. Now, to talk a little bit about Good Boy, we have to talk about the way that this was structured. I implore everyone to go watch this movie because number one, it is an independent film. Number two, Ben filmed this movie with his very own dog named Indy. They filmed it in his home over the course of several years, being able to only film 1 to 3 hours a day, I believe. He expresses after the movie, it's really cool to get to see some of the behind the scenes looks, so I implore everybody to stay for after the credits. It's a super quick post-credit. It's great because there's very few people that are attached to Good Boy, and all of them do a fantastic job. To dive into Good Boy is to dive into the lens of a dog that is watching his owner slowly but surely get possessed and potentially die in this film. When I was watching this film, I couldn't help but feel that Indy was so emotive in this movie, and it looked like we were feeling the same way that Indy was in every single shot. And that's because Ben does a very old trick in the book for filmmakers in which, depending on what face you see from any given character, whatever you're shown next will give the audience the idea of what they're feeling, right? The dog doesn't know that he's in this movie, so he's not trying to be emotive in any capacity throughout this film. But Ben's creativeness in this movie makes you feel so vulnerable along with Indy the dog. And I gotta say, the shots in this film also do a lot of heavy lifting in terms of many of the camera angles that we see. Not only are we in the dog's perspective, but we're also on the level that Indy's on. The cameras are low to the ground, and even when we're following Indy, it's almost like we're another dog walking along with some kind of camera attached to us to where we can see Indy in full force, right? We're not looking down at Indy. We're not from a different angle necessarily. We're right up there with him, and the camera work is incredible in this film. This is why I love independent media, is because they hold these lower budget movies to such high standards, and then you see some of these bigger budget films and they don't even live up to Good Boy. You know what I mean? And Ben is doing more with less, and that's what I love about seeing these independent creators. But the final thing I want to talk about in this movie is the idea itself. The idea of Good Boy in and of itself is such a ingenious idea. Many times in horror, we see the pets die pretty early on in the film or just are tossed aside. And that's to kind of invoke this fear in the audience. This entity is already latching on to household pets, characters with not much relevance, quote unquote, and they discard of the character early on in the story. But in Good Boy, Indy is front and center this entire film. Even the acting in it is very much so shortened. There's not like a 10-minute dialogue scene. We are hearing the owner say good boy and talk to Indy, and it's very short, sweet, and to the point, the same way you would talk to a pet. And as a dog lover and as an animal enthusiast, I was so happy to see the way that they pulled this off, and I was cheering for Indy the entire way through. And to have him be the vocal point of this film just pushes the envelope even more than I thought Good Boy could possibly do. And with all that being said, guys, I'm done yapping. I'm going to give Good Boy 4 out of 5 knives. I'm super excited. This is certainly one that I want in my physical media collection. I implore you guys to go check this out, especially at the start of October. Start your October out out with something a little bit different in terms of the horror genre. Good Boy really fits the bill here, but I want to hear from you guys. Have you guys seen Good Boy? Do you guys want to see Good Boy? Does this review help you make a judgment call on whether or not you should go see Good Boy? I want to hear from you guys down in the comments below. And as always, remember to de-stress, progress, and give your mind a rest. This has been Lucky, and I'll see you guys at the lounge in the next one.